Welcome, everybody, to our first joint team call featuring Hillary and Alexis, and many, many more to come because we feel that this is the best way to communicate with everyone and to get things fired up. So on tonight's agenda, we wanted to discuss team culture, which I will go ahead and take away. And then Alexis is going to discuss the convention recap. We just got back from Vegas convention, in case you didn't know, and it was amazing. We learned so much. And then she's also going to discuss Road to Leaders Retreat, which is a super exciting trip that I am going to bust my booty to earn, and we hope that all of you will too. And then I will discuss our upcoming 7-day trial and how to recruit for that and what to expect. So let's take it from the top here, and I'm going to discuss team culture, which is extremely important. So I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary here with Plexus. And the day I joined as a wholesale ambassador was July 2nd. They were offering a 4th of July special, and I was liking the products, and I was like, what the heck, I want to get them for a better price. So I went ahead and joined, and I had a few people, my mother being one of them, and a few good friends that wanted to try the products also. So I went silver fairly quickly. And then I was all in. But I did know from day one that team culture was extremely important. And what do I mean by team culture? This is what I mean. I mean getting on conference calls, learning, immersing yourself in everything that you can to learn about your products, to learn about how to represent your products, and to just learn more in general about the team. So this is what I did. I was on, and still am, every Sunday night team call that Christina Mitty heads up. It's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and usually doesn't go more than 20-25 minutes. And she talks about the important points of what's going on. Sometimes there's question and answers, but every call that she does is important, and I've learned something from every single call. So I knew that I would commit to being on that call. Why? It was important to know what was going on, within our team, within our company. And then the other call that I've been on, every single call, is our Tuesday night Jewel call. The Jewel call is spearheaded by the leaders of LPL, Live in the Pink Life. And they pick a very important, pertinent topic once a week and discuss it. They do have speakers on there, other diamonds from other areas, always extremely informative. Again, I always learn something new. And that is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that can go anywhere from, maybe usually half an hour, 45 minutes. But I have never once regretted getting on our Sunday night call or our Tuesday night call, both of those 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So those are really, really important to getting ahead and learning what's going on within the company and how to represent the products and learning from each other. The other thing that I wanted to discuss about team culture was plugging into our team page, which is the Health and Happiness page with Alexis and Hillary, plugging into Christina's team page, who is my upline and Alexis's upline, and therefore all of yours if you are on this page with us, and plugging into our big master page, Live in the Pink Life, which is run by our diamond uplines and our jewels. Those 3 pages, before Alexis and I made our own page, those 2 pages have been my lifeline to this business. I would not know what the heck I'm doing. I would not know what was going on without really plugging into those team pages. As far as team culture goes too, Alexis and I want you to know that we are completely 100% here for you. There's no question that's dumb. There's no question that you can't ask us. We want nothing more than to help you in this journey, to help you become successful, to help you meet your rank advancements if that's what you're doing. If you just want to get your products paid for, we're here to help you do that. Anything and everything, we are your resources. We created this team page together because we felt that we each possess different strengths, and together we could make it a very, very strong team page and a page that you guys could look to for answers. So I don't know if there's anything that I didn't cover, that was important that you want to jump in about team culture other than mindset and positivity. Those are 2 other main huge points in my life. This business can be ups and downs and roller coasters, but it's completely 100% worth it. You just have to have a mindset that is positive. You have to wake up each day and say, yesterday might not have been the greatest day, but guess what? Today's going to be an amazing day. The month is going to be amazing. And it's really, really interesting, when you kind of lead with positivity, how things seem to go your way more than not. I have found that to be the case.
Very true.
That you want to add, Alexis, about
there were just a couple of things. Hillary hit most of them. I think one of the things I know that can happen with the 3 team pages is the notifications can become a little overwhelming. So one of the things that I have found, if that happens, is just pick a point at the end of each day to go to each team page rather than trying to keep up with all the notifications, and then you can just scroll there. But it's really important because there is different information on each page. These 3 pages, we really tried not to duplicate content unless there's just something so important that we need to put it in all the places. So they cover different areas and different aspects, and there's often different contests and a lot of things you can participate in. So I, found that if the notifications are too much, going there once a day and just scrolling through is a great way to catch up on the content. And I would say interact with it, especially on our team page. I mean, tell us if you like the content, don't like the content, have questions. The more we hear from you, the more we can evolve and grow. So, the page is really for all of us. It's not just for us. So,
yeah, it's for you guys. I mean, we want to create an awesome page for you guys.
Yeah. And so part of the culture is fun. And so for anyone that joins this call, right now it's Amanda and Amy, we're going to do a little drawing at the end for some Plexus swag from the convention.
Sounds good.
We appreciate you guys getting on the call.
So speaking of convention, my friend Alexis, I'm going to let you take away the convention portion of the call and go over a few main points and do a recap.
Sounds good. So I'm probably going to jump a little all over, and this does not go in the order that the convention was. There's no way that in even 3 hours we could possibly cover everything we learned and heard at convention. So we're going to hit some highlights tonight. There was also a call with Christina last night where people talked about some of the sessions, and the Jewel call tomorrow night will also recap. And then Hillary and I are going to do some follow-up sessions too from some of the motivational speakers that came, because they had really great messages, and we can do calls on each of those individually because there's just so much great content. So really, today's goal is just to give you an overview of what is the experience of going to convention like, and what are some of the main things that we learned while we were there. So I'm going to advance this a few slides. Sorry. Okay, so one of the great things that I think about Plexus is the way they even put this convention together. So I have a marketing background, so I'm pretty picky about how things are done and what they look like. And just the way that Plexus decks out the entire hotel. I mean, the key cards talk about Plexus. All of the wrap mirrors, signages everywhere. There is no way that anybody could have been at that hotel and not said, what is Plexus? So they just create this immersive experience from the second you get to the hotel in the entire convention. The energy around it is just truly incredible, and it's really hard to share that with you, but everyone needs to go to a convention if they're working this business, because it will change your experience and build your belief like nothing else that we have. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that. So really, the major goal and focus that Plexus talked about was they really, the country is in a gut health crisis, and they're realizing that gut health now is linked to more and more and more. There was an NPR news story on that someone messaged me about and said, hey, and they're now even saying that asthma is being linked to gut health issues. And so just so much out there, and Plexus has decided that their goal is to be the leader in gut health. That's what they want everything to be. So that's why these new products that are coming out are related to gut health, everything, the reformulation. They want to really truly be the leader in gut health, and they're going to put the science behind it and the products behind it. And it's really, really key. And I know sometimes we get get objections where someone says, oh, I eat well, I don't need it. You truly, really can't get away from gut health issues. So they talked a little bit about dysbiosis, which is when your microbiome is out of whack. Stress, lack of sleep, bad diet, not exercising enough. I mean, I don't know anybody that's perfect. And so maybe they think they are, but there's literally no person that can't benefit from these products. And so they really went into it. And sometimes we need to help people understand what those issues are. They don't know they're related to gut health. So that's something that's really going to be pushed forward with the product as we move forward in a lot of the information that we get out there. So, at convention, they unveiled 2 new products. So they unveiled the reformulation of the X Factor, making it X Factor Plus, and they released Vital Biome. We're not going to get too deep into those today. There's awesome information in your shareable section in your back office. If you don't know how to find it, let Hillary or myself know, and we will help you find it. But they have put together these fact sheets that are, like 5 or 6 pages of information, and they're incredible. So
they're incredible. I agree. Incredible.
They give definitions. They talk about why it matters. And it also puts in here the types of claims that you can make, which is something really big for us because we couldn't make a lot of claims. We had to really talk in vague generalities before. But now that we have clinical studies to back up what we already knew was happening, we can talk about things more openly. So these are like the Bible of what to say about your products, and they're going to continue probably to roll some of these out, but start there and really get the information. So this is just really an overview because I know there's a lot of questions about well, how does this all work together? So they really talked about the fact that these things are like your gut garden. And I like that analogy because it's pretty easy to understand. And the ProBio and the Vital Biome are kind of like, they kill off the weeds. They go in there and they help you weed your garden and clean your garden up. That's the Bio Cleanse and the ProBio 5. So the ProBio 5 and the Bio Cleanse really weed out, they push out the toxins, they kill off the bad yeast and bacteria, and they start to clear the weeds. Then the seed is the Vital Biome. So a lot of people are like, well, why would I take a probiotic and a Vital Biome? So the probiotic is really working to kill off kill off candida yeast, kill off a lot of the bad bacteria. The Vital Biome is having to replenish some of that, and that's kind of like you're planting the seeds. So that's putting the good strains into your body. And then the Slim that has the prebiotic, that's the food for these seeds. So those strains of good bacteria, they need food to continue to go. So we usually feed our body with sugar and carbs, which feeds all the bad, but now we're pushing that out and we're feeding the good. And then the X Factor Plus really helps protect our microbiome because it gives us the nutrients we need. It helps heal the gut issues that we have. So these 4 products really truly work together to create the perfect environment inside of your gut and your microbiome. And so, they kind of just went through and they talked a little bit about it, which is the same stuff I just talked about. So keeps it in balance, cleans the system. The seed replenishes the good guys. Seed is the superfood for the good guys. And then the X Factor Plus helps reduce some of the harmful compounds. Things such as even processed meat can create these issues in our gut. So really take time to dig into the Vital Biome and the X Factor Plus and how these products work together. And Hillary and I will continue to share bits of information on the page. But honestly, reading through the guides, the one-sheeters is the best way to get the information.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm still learning too, so.
Absolutely. We were at convention and a lot of you were asking questions and I'm like, I don't know, you have more information than I do or the same amount of information I do. So, I'm still reading through, I'm highlighting, I'm making notes, really, really good. So are there any questions, either Amy or Amanda, about any of the product stuff?
Yes, am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know, as far as the X Factor Plus, the new one, do you know if it still has the methylated folate in it?
It does.
Okay.
So they kept it the same, they just added to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has everything that it had before, but now they added more goodness to it.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
So you're
That's
still
what
fine to take it. It's still the full weight.
Okay, perfect. That was the only question I had. I have a lot of questions about the vital biome, but I need to read up.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not sure how many of them I could answer right now. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in
Amanda,
the
I
same
saw
boat.
you came off mute. Did you have a question?
Yeah, the X Factor Plus, is that for older people?
No, for everyone.
Anybody. So like Bailey, my 14-year-old, could switch and take to that too instead of the other.
Yeah, so I think part of the confusion with some of the claims have to do with hot flashes and some of the other things, but no, it's for everybody. I mean, they're going to switch.
You want a
You can
cold?
still get the regular one now, but they're going to switch everybody's over, and it's for everyone.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I was like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah,
14. She doesn't deal with that.
no, it's for
Okay.
everyone.
Yep.
I think people are just really excited about the menopause relief that they're getting. So
I
we're
am.
talking about it. Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
great. So, okay, so that's really the product stuff that I wanted to cover from convention. Again, go back and read through it and see.
Doing.
Yes.
I think Amy's son is trying to get her attention.
Okay. All right, I muted both of you, so if you want to ask a question, just let us know or unmute yourself. Okay, so the next area they talked about that was really exciting was some of the different trainings and incentives that they're offering. So you may or may not know, but they had, since the last convention, something called Consistency Club. And so this is about continuously growing your business. And if you grew your business 8 out of 11 months, you entered into the Consistency Club. And they had 2 levels before. They had 300 Club and 500 Club. 300 Club, which I earned, you get this really nice Plexus folio with a notepad in it. And then if you were 500 Club, you got to go on stage at convention, which is so exciting. I'm dying to get on the stage. And so is Hillary. We both want to get up there.
We will be up there next year, girl. You know that.
That's right. And you got this awesome custom rustic cuff that Plexus procured and had rustic cuff create just for 500 Club people. So it was really awesome. And we have some LPL team that went up, and it was just really exciting to see friends up there, and they're really beautiful bracelets. So they've even made new and improved Consistency Club for this year. So this all starts on June 1st, and there's 3 levels this time. So we're going to kind of talk about each of those levels. And these are great goals because this is a great way to build your business. So if you want to be in the 300 Club, you've got to make this, I believe it's still 8 out of 11 months. And this is every single month that you qualify, you enroll 1 new retailer preferred customer with at least 50 PV, and you enroll at least 1 new ambassador with a welcome pack, and you've got 300 PV overall. This is totally doable. Every single person can achieve this. So this is a great goal to work towards at a minimum. So, and they have some really fun prizes next year. They have combined fun prizes and cash. So they've got a male and a female version for every single prize. We don't really leave our man ambassadors out. So if you achieve 300 Club, you get a really cute wallet and you get $50 cash, which I know I'm really excited about the addition of cash because I like cash.
Me too.
The next level up is 500 Club. So this is if you enroll 2 new retail or preferred customers with 50 PV and 2 new ambassadors with a welcome pack, and you get 500 PV. This also is extremely achievable because, you know, really my personal goal every month is 3 plus 3. And, you know, I try to get to the level. So we should always go for these kind of numbers because this means you're continuously growing your business. And
So I want to halt for 1 second
Mhm.
because I want to know if we should tell the girls, you know, a reason that you would sign someone up as a preferred customer versus as an ambassador.
Yeah.
So me personally, I will tell you the way I do things, and then Alexis can alter it and tell you the way that she does things. I mean, everyone's probably different.
Mhm.
I personally, if anyone wants to try Triplex, and that's where I would say I start 98% of my people off, I'm always signing them up as ambassadors, just to A, get the best price for them, B, honestly, in hopes that maybe they'll catch the vision of the business, and then they will go ahead and add ambassadors, and that will propel all of us.
Mhm.
So if I know that they're going to do welcome packs, then they're going to be signed up as wholesale ambassadors.
Yes.
If they're going to do below a welcome pack in dollar value, meaning not meeting 100 PV, then they're going to be signed up as preferred customers, because if they're not going to meet their 100 PV, then no one's getting points for them month after month.
Yep.
So if someone said to you, oh, I just want to try the Slim, and you can't convince them to go for the Plexus Triplex welcome pack, then you would sign them up as a preferred customer.
That's right.
And it's over
Yeah.
over 50 PV, so that would count as one person towards
Mhm.
your consistency club. Go
Right.
ahead,
Or
Alexa.
sometimes you get people that really just want the probiotic and the bio cleanse and the vitamin or something like that. So even if people order enough product to get me to the 100 PV, if they do not go for the triplex, I don't sign them up as wholesale. So basically triplex, like Hillary said, same thing, go to the wholesale route. Everybody else goes the preferred customer route. Occasionally I do have people that don't want to put in their social security number for whatever reason, and so they go preferred too. But so it's kind of how you end up with a mix of people.
And it is my goal in my personal business, as you get further into it, you'll have goals and you'll set up goals, or, everyone should be setting up goals from day one. But as you get deeper into it, my personal goal is to be a diamond. And in order to be a diamond, I need to rank advance. And in order to rank advance, I need people signing up for Plexus Triplex welcome packs because I need them to convert to points. So, my personal way of building my business is that of rank advancing.
Yep.
Everyone has different goals. It doesn't have to be your way, but I want that residual income every month too. So that's another reason that it's important to sign people up as ambassadors with Triplex welcome packs. Okay, that's my 2 cents.
I agree.
Do you guys have any questions about that? Because I know it can get confusing.
Okay.
If you do, just let us know.
So for the 500 Consistency Club, you get everything that the 300 Club got, plus you get one of these, either a Plexus book bag, or you get this cute custom wallet and like portfolio
Tote.
bag.
It's like a
carry
tote.
bag. Yeah, like a tote bag. Thank you. And you get $100 cash. So it keeps getting better. Now they've added the 700 Club, which I can tell you personally, this is one I'm going to be going for, because you enroll 3 new retailer preferred customers, 3 new ambassadors with a welcome pack, and you get 700 in PV. And so this is a new level that they've added. And with this, you get everything you got in the previous levels, and they're going to throw in $700 cash. So if you have picked up all the levels, I mean, that's like $850 plus all these prizes. So it's really exciting, and they didn't mention it, but I'm sure you get to go on stage next year, which again is something I really want to be on stage. I'll be on this and Emerald and wherever else I can be on. So these are some really exciting things, and the activity that Hillary and I will be working with you guys on, the goal is always to go silver every month, whether you've done it once or you're doing it for the 20th time. Adding those 3 ambassadors is always your goal. And then as we do trials and things like that, you're bound to pick up some preferred customers along the way. So this is really very doable. And you can get there really by working your action stack and doing your IPA activity every day. If you're in the groups, you can really achieve this. It's not something that is that far out.
IPA, sing it loud and proud. IPA, action stack.
I could not live without my IPA group.
That's where it's at. Go ahead.
So there's a couple pieces of training and a tool that Plexus also announced. And these are tools that honestly I've not had much time to dig into yet, but we are going to be digging into them. We'll probably do some separate trainings, some activities on the page on them. So it can feel really overwhelming. I feel overwhelmed having been there, so I can only imagine how it feels if you weren't there. But we're going to take all of these things and bite them off in chunks. So in the back office, if you go under tools, there's one that says Success on Demand. And when you click on it, they've added something called Aspire. And so there are different activities and documents in there that get you to these different qualities that they've listed on the screen, like accountability, support, productivity, inspiration, resiliency, and engagement. I admittedly have not gone through any of these tools yet, so I need to dig into them, but they're supposed to be really great learning resources for you to do on your own and learn about how you can grow in these areas. So again, that's under your tools and Success on Demand, and I really encourage everyone to check it out. Sorry, go ahead. Oh, okay. Another tool that they gave us, they talked about this at Super Saturday, but now it's actually officially up and running, is the Rank Up Roadmap. And I think they've got silver up there now, and they're quickly working to gold, and they'll be adding on different levels as they go. But this is something that we're going to take a look at and probably incorporate some kind of activity on our team page or something like that. This training is great because it standardizes the way you get to each rank and gives you ideas and exact activities to get you to that next level. So no longer is it like, ooh, I want to get to silver, what do I do? And I could tell you a different way than Hillary could tell you, and there's a lot of different ways to get there. This gives you ideas, it helps you set concrete goals, and it helps you write down what concrete action you're going to take. Because if you're not purposely doing action or IPA or things like that, you might get to silver because it's easy to find 3 friends, but if you want to get to that next level, you've really got to dig in and you've got to do the work and you've got to be consistent and you've got to be methodic about it. And that's why the IPA is something we harp on, because it forces that accountability and it forces that activity, because you can't get to diamond without doing some kind of income producing activity day in and day out. So more to come on this. And then the last one that they announced was Lexi. So this is the new app that is kind of your virtual assistant. So I know Hillary and I are going to be playing around with it. I already have it downloaded. I need to just put some people in track. Like Amy will be one of them, because I want to see what kind of messages you get. But the goal of this ultimately is that each time you get a customer or an ambassador, you're going to put them in here on a track. So customers, it's very easy. It's a product track. And there's one for prospects too. So it's going to remind you, when is it time to contact that person? When am I supposed to be calling them? And it will help send out emails and all kinds of other things. But then it's also going to let you pick tracks for people that have said, hey, I'm interested in getting my products paid for, or I'm ready to go to the top to diamond. And there's different ways you can pick so that, if someone just wants their products paid for, they're not going to move as fast as somebody that wants to go to diamond, and that's okay. It's about what you want and what you need, and you can always change it, but it's going to give you what you need when they think you need it to be successful.
And is tonight the last night that you can get Lexi for $15, or is it tomorrow?
That's tonight.
Which would mean I need to go download it.
That's right.
Because in my technologically scared self here is like, oh my God.
I can give you a training session right after this.
I know, you're so good at it. So there you go. So Alexis will help us all. God help us all, Alexis.
I will help you. All right, so Amanda or Amy, are there any questions about Consistency Club, Aspire, Rank Up Roadmap, or Lexi?
And just so you guys know, Lexi is available until midnight tonight for a reduced rate. It's $15 for the first 3 months. Whereas if you decide you want to do it the day after tomorrow, it's going to cost you $29.95 for 3 months. But I mean, still, it's a really good deal for what they're giving you in this app.
It really is.
Yeah.
Amy, did you have a question?
No, I don't remember. I know I signed up for Lexi already. What was I going to ask you? Oh, the roadmap and Aspire and everything, that's in the back office somewhere, right?
Yeah, they're both under tools.
Okay, thank you.
So you'll see it says, like, I forget what the first one is, and then it might be shareables, and there's Rank Up Roadmap, and there's Success on Demand, which is what Aspire is underneath.
Right, okay. Yeah, I've seen those. I actually have seen those on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they picked a fabulous name for the app. All I said was rhyming. Perfect.
Alexis, Lexi.
Lexi. Okay, So the next three areas I just want to quickly cover is I want to talk about the speakers that we had just to give you an idea of who was there. Again, we're going to do some follow-up sessions because each one of these speakers we could spend an hour on. They were fantastic. Plexus picks, the theme this year was Believe, and they just picked these like incredible top-notch speakers for this. So it was really, really great. So the first one was Carrie Wilkerson, and she's the Barefoot Executive. She's got a lot of books. She does podcasts. She's got all kinds of stuff out there. So if you've never looked her up, I encourage you to go look her up. She's just really down to earth. She's like a really normal person. She's a mom. She's got a lot going on. Her husband's actually, the career person. So they really focus on his career, but she's built this great side job. I wouldn't call it a side job. So I was really surprised to hear her say that. But hers was really on belief. And some of the key points that she talked about that we're going to go into when we deep dive on it is what we believe can be dangerous because our belief becomes our truth. And those can be beliefs about ourselves. I'm too shy to do this business. I don't have enough friends to do this business. Or what we believe about others, she's prettier than me or smarter than me or more well-spoken than me. Or about the opportunity. I couldn't ever be successful at that because I don't have a college degree. Or, that opportunity is just for a few people that are chosen. It's not for me. These are all beliefs that we've put into ourselves that we've made truths when in reality, the only person that believes them is us. Nobody else believes them about us. It's just something we've put on ourselves. And so she really had us look inward about our beliefs serving us and what if our beliefs are wrong? So we're going to talk a little bit more about that in another session. It was just really powerful. And she, had us put away our phones and just really listen. And it was really, 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 really good. So we're going to go through that in another session. Did you have anything to add to her, Hillary?
No, I just think it's the only person that can truly hold you back in life is you.
Really true.
I mean, it's really true. Doesn't matter your circumstance, your situation. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Sounds corny, but you really can.
There's diamonds standing on that stage that are not college educated, live in a town of under 1,000 people, and literally drained their entire bank account to pay the $34.95. And now they are diamond and have time freedom and financial freedom and are, a really successful entrepreneur. So it really doesn't matter who you are. You can be successful if you stick with it and you change your beliefs.
Yeah.
The next one was Kendra Hall, and she is an awesome storyteller. She's a professional storyteller, and this is an area of growth I want to work on is how can I tell better stories both in person and in my social media presence. And so if you text storytelling to this number, and then it'll ask you for your email, she'll actually give you weekly techniques and things like that to follow. So
it's for free, and it's free, so.
Yeah, it's free. So
worth doing, I think.
She was really good.
She was really good.
And then the last major speaker that we had was Les Brown. And
the best there is ever.
Yeah. If you've never watched any of Les's stuff, which I think most people have, but you've got to go out and watch it, especially if you haven't, but even if you have. And he has, really overcome so many odds in his life. And, he again is all about belief. And I thought one of the stats that was really good. So I know that it is hard for most of us, myself included, especially in the beginning, to talk about the financial opportunity that Plexus has. It feels a lot scarier to talk about than the products. But he started with a statistic that says over 20,000 people lose their job each day, and over 70% of jobs will be done artificially in the future. So either from computers or robots. And that's a pretty staggering stat, both of those. If 20,000 people are losing their job every day, that's 20,000 people who may not know where their next meal is going to come from. And if we don't share the financial opportunity that Plexus has, aside with the great products, we're really doing our friends and family a disservice because it's not easy and it takes a lot to do it, but everybody can attain it. And, you know, they talked a lot about, they were talking in one of the sessions, Kerry Wilkerson was talking about one of the founders of Apple pulled out before they were successful. He sold his share of Apple. He was the third shareholder for $800. Look at what he missed out on. We are all the founders of Plexus. I mean, there's less than 600,000 ambassadors right now worldwide. And so the opportunity that we have to grow and create this foundation of this business and the longevity of it is just, it's just mind-blowing to me. So I thought that was really interesting. But we'll go into a little bit more what Les Brown talked about as well in another section, because he just was so good. I mean, I wrote down quote after what he shared. And he talked about, you know, don't suffer from possibility blindness. And I don't know, it was so good. So we'll talk more about that.
And he's got great videos on YouTube. Maybe we'll tell Christina, she did that series probably 6, 7, 8 months ago. Remember that Les Brown series?
Yeah.
I couldn't get enough. I thought he was amazing. I love those videos.
Yeah.
I look
So that
forward
was kind of like the meat of convention. There was a lot more sessions. There were breakout sessions. We're going to go deeper into sessions. I mean, it was 3 days worth of stuff, so we can't cover all of it. But, you know, I just wanted to end with some shots of like the fun. So again, like I talked about before, they deck out the entire hotel. They've got all these fun areas. I don't have the picture in here, but Hillary and I took pictures with like big giant cutouts of Slim and so many fun things. And they have all these different things. But like, I mean, even they wrap the windows by the pool. Like, I mean, that place was plastered Plexus. And the first night they have a black tie gala. People win big checks. I was fortunate enough to go with Christina as her guest. I had earned the top convention credits, but didn't quite qualify for winner's dinner. I was able to be her guest, and it was a fun cocktail affair where we got up and, you know, got to go with like our diamond uplines and all these people, Alyssa and Corinne, and you know, these were all the people from the LPL team that were there. And it's just so fun to get to hang out in a different environment with these people. You know, there's not many people in Houston. And so I don't see a lot of these people, and these friends are spread out all throughout the country. So to see these people that you're on these calls with and collaborating with, it's just a really amazing feeling. And then they do fun things like they have a dessert reception one night. And I mean, they closed down the entire MGM pool for the day to set up for this dessert reception at night. So like Plexus spares no expense and they go all out. And I paid $90 to attend the convention. And I actually didn't pay anything because I earned it back, and so did Hillary. But just having fun with friends, there was 13,000 people there. I mean, we filled an entire arena of people that believe in what this is. And it's just like the electricity in the arena. And Hillary and I both had the opportunity to sit on the floor with Christina amongst all the jewels. And the feeling being down there of just possibility and dreams, and I don't know, it just like gives me chills thinking about it. I don't know.
It was
Hillary,
absolutely
how do you
amazing.
feel?
And I think, you know, it speaks volumes, the fact that 13,000 people paid for a plane ticket, paid for their room, bought food there. You know, this was not an awards trip. So you paid to go. And the fact that that many people believe so firmly in this opportunity, in the products, in the company, in the leaders in the company, that they would all pay to go there, that speaks volumes. That really impressed me.
Yeah, Hillary and I were talking about how, like, you know, people were lining up like an hour plus before the doors opened to go into the general sessions. We were laughing because we've both been, you know, in jobs where we've had big sales conferences like this, and nobody's waiting in line an hour and a half before.
And I was trying to sit in the back when I worked for Pfizer because, oh, God.
Right.
I had conventions in Vegas. It was nothing like this.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And then the last two images I wanted to share. So this one is, you know, some people think, well, how many people really get to the jewel level? And so wanted to share these pictures of the emeralds, the sapphires, and the diamonds that were on stage. I mean, this was hundreds of people. And it was just incredible. I mean, the emeralds, to get all the emeralds on the stage, it probably took 20 minutes. There's so many of them. And, you know, there's over 100 diamonds. There was even more than that of sapphires. And it just was so fun to see, you know, all these people up there, and they told great stories about their, you know, journey along the way. And everybody's so different. And it was just really, truly awesome. And next year I will be on stage.
Me too.
Promised it to myself.
Me too.
And then if that wasn't enough, they ended, they always end the last day of convention with a free concert. Last year it was Little Big Town. This year was Kelly Clarkson. She was hilarious. She's like very real, very down to earth. It's free concert, and only Plexus people that register for the conference can go to. And it's just as a really great reward and a really fun way to end the week. And she was phenomenal. I was really surprised like how great her voice really still is live. And she was really, really good. So, that's kind of what we wanted to share tonight about the convention itself. We've got 2 more topics to cover quickly, but I would say start saving now. You've got to get there next year. It is just an unbelievable experience. And I can't wait to find out where it's going to be. And I don't care where it is. I'm definitely going to go there. I mean, there's people that fly there from Australia and New Zealand and Canada from our international partners. And I mean, that's a lot of money and a lot of flight time. But they get there and their presence is growing. So I can't express enough how important it is to get there because it is just amazing.
Amazing. I think we covered all the specifics.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, so Leaders Retreat. We are going to, so they announced it's going to be back in Orlando. It was there 3 years ago. Christina said this was her very favorite Plexus trip that she's ever taken. And they have it at the Gaylord Resort. So Plexus pays for you to all of your hotel expenses while you're there, and then some of your meals if they're like in training sessions or something like that. You do pay your own airfare. And some of your other meals, but they also included like a trip to the Disney parks the last time. So they've just said it is just an amazing experience, and it's for you and a guest to go. So you can bring whomever you want that's not a Plexus ambassador unless it's a spouse. And I'm definitely going to earn this trip. You can only go if you earn this trip. So we are going to put a breakdown tomorrow of some paths to get you there. You only need 775 points this year, which is very, very achievable. So we're going to kind of break down how to get there depending on, what number of ambassadors you add versus customers, PV, all that good. Are there any questions, Amy or Amanda, about Leaders Retreat?
You guys will know better what we're speaking about once we post the roadmap to get there tomorrow.
And there's an email. So the 2 products that were released, and Lexi and Leaders Retreat, make sure you're reading your emails from corporate because they actually contain really valuable information in there. And so I know in some of the chat groups, people are asking all these questions, and a lot of it is redundant to what's in the emails. So make sure you read your emails because there's all this information in there. All right, so last thing we wanted to cover was the trial group that we have. And Hillary's going to touch on that.
Yep. So we have another one of our famous 7-day trials starting Monday, June 19th. The reason it's so deep into the month is because we want it to be with the new Slim, which is available for order for everyone tomorrow. So in trials, I like to advertise for them different times during the day. I usually kind of start off 8 p.m. at night, and then maybe the next day I'll do it around noon, and then maybe the next day I'll do it 7 a.m. in the morning. Those are kind of the most busy times for Facebook. But as you can see, Alexis created some great graphics for us to use, and it tells what people can expect out of the Slim trial. It's a 7-day trial. So I go ahead and buy, a bag or 2 of Slim. You can do it another way, which is ordering individual 7-day trials, but I found it to be most cost effective for me to order, a bag of 30-day supply of Slim or 2. And when people commit, they PayPal me. I charge them $20. I probably should charge them an extra few for shipping, but they PayPal me their money, or they can send me a check, or they can give me the cash. And as soon as, I've seen that PayPal or that cash or that promise to give me the check, then I will mail out the 7 sticks of Slim in like a bubble wrap envelope. I get it at Walmart. They're very inexpensive, and I include a brochure in there about Plexus Triplex. You don't have to, but since I have some, I do that. And I send it out to them, and then we go ahead and put them in the private Facebook 7-day trial group, where they'll get a heck of an education on Plexus Slim the first day, and then switched right over to Plexus Triplex for the rest of the trial, because that is in fact what we feel to be the best products to start on for the biggest bang for their buck. So they get the education on the products. They have the chance to win prizes, contests, giveaways. Towards the end, someone will win a free sign-up, $34.95. They'll get their $34.95 back if they sign up by a particular date. They can win free shipping. It's just fun. I mean, our trials we found them to be really awesome and a lot of fun. So we would suggest that you go ahead and use one of the two graphics that Alexis put up on our team page and just post about the 7-day trial on your page for the next few days, different times throughout the day, and see if you can't get some people in there. We like to say, we only have 5 spots to fill because we want to kind of create a sense of urgency and for people to feel like, they need to jump on it so they're not missing out. Of course, if you fill those 5 spots, then you can say back by popular demand and, offer another 5 spots. But we wanted to start advertising for that, today, tomorrow, because we do in fact need to go ahead and order our Slim for this 7-day trial, I would say in the next few days, so that we have enough time for it to get shipped to us. And then in turn, we give it a week. We want to have a week to be able to send out the samples to these people so that they arrive on time.
I would say order tomorrow if you can, or tell Hillary and I by tomorrow if you're committing, because honestly, the volume that's going to hit Plexus tomorrow is going to be a lot, and it may take some extra time to get it out.
Yeah, I ordered 2 extra bags with my shipment that's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if you at this time can't afford to order extra Slim on your credit card, but you do have some people that want to participate, tell Alexis and I, we're happy to go ahead and send out your people's Slim if they in fact PayPal us or mail us a check, so we can help you out in that department if you need help too. We don't want it to be a financial situation to be the reason that you don't participate in offering the trial up to people, because I have found I at least get 1 ambassador out of every trial I've done, sometimes 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think that the new Slim is that good that these people are going to definitely feel something in the first 7 days, most definitely.
Yeah.
So I think that you're going to be able to get some people on board and help some people health-wise, and just a really, really great opportunity. So I don't know if there's anything else that I have not covered about the trial, but they always make me super excited because I love the videos and the education that we give to people, and people get, pretty pumped up for it. So if you have never been involved in the 7-day trial, I would highly suggest, offering it up on your Facebook page and seeing if you can get some potentials in there. And then you'll learn a lot too once you're in the trial.
Absolutely. All right, so that's all we had to cover. Amanda or Amy, do you have any questions about anything else? Can be on these topics or anything else you want. Amy says no. Amanda's not coming off mute. I don't think she does either. All right, well, we appreciate you ladies getting on this call. You're gonna get a little Plexus goodie from Hillary and myself for doing so. And, just keep interacting and letting us know and keep working hard. You're both doing a fantastic job. And, it's gonna be exciting for all of us to be on the stage together next year. Yeah.
I can see it now. I believe it, and I will achieve it.
Right.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Have a great night.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
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 See
Bye.
ya. Good night.